Welcome to What People Miss. My name is Cordelia Gaffar, and I am your hostess. On the show today, we will be discussing welcoming joy drive. You may be wondering, what is joy drive? Of course, it's a word that I made up. And so, on the heels of the last episode where I talked about graduating from trauma drive, joy drive is doing things, living things intentionally for the joy of doing them. Now, what people miss about joy is it doesn't always show up as you laughing, giggling, and doing cartwheels. It may just simply be that it's something that actually fulfills your purpose. So it's very easy um, to do things, beginning with creating a strategy when you have a joy for bringing something, your purpose, into the world. So, welcoming joy drive begins with slowing down. Slow down and really feel into your body. Part of being a somatic movement facilitator is helping people to reconnect with their emotions and their bodies, and most importantly, their right brain. And all of these parts are part of the limbic system. And so the limbic system connects your brain to your body, literally, and uh, with your emotions involved. So, emotions actually are our friends because they're the bridge between what we know how to do and what we enjoy doing. And so, when you slow down and you think about all the things that you love to do within your purpose and within your expertise, this allows you to put those things down on paper and create a strategy. As you create that strategy, the second step is there will be some things that you don't love, that you don't enjoy, but are a requirement to stand in your purpose and bring the fullness of your expertise. So that will require collaboration. So as you go through this process of creating a strategy, fill in the gaps with those that you also enjoy working with, those that you would love to collaborate with, because that's the second part of welcoming in Joy Drive. It is creating a community within what you enjoy. So we're beginning the process of welcoming Joy Drive by being in our bodies and slowing down to understand how to put what we desire to create into a skeleton strategy that requires other partners. And so now the step two is finding those partners. When we think of partners, there is another strategy involved here. You don't want to work with people and collaborate with people that are just people that you enjoy being around, but you have to really look at what are their KPIs, how are they showing up in the world, and what are they bringing to the table. Is their audience similar to your audience? Are they complementary audiences? Are these people that could be in the same spaces together? And how can you two or three or four work synergistically for the benefit of all the people that you currently serve And what are the possibilities of the people that you could serve in your collaboration? Yes, welcoming Joy Drive does come down to KPIs. It isn't just something where you're moving in your body and feeling your emotions. These things translate to real dollars and cents and standards and qualities. So, as you are thinking about what Joy Drive looks like, so far I've been talking about in relationship to business, but there are other ways that you can implement welcoming Joy Drive in your life, right? So, yes, there's the collaboration in business, but there's also collaboration in life. So, let's talk about that part, right? I love that part. As an intimacy educator, I do um, really call people and invite people to see how they could collaborate better in their lives. Now, this is the scary part because as we talk about what people miss, there are people that you're collaborating with now. They could be your life partner, they could be someone you're considering to be your life partner, they could be your friends, they could be family members, and you may not enjoy being around them. And the idea of this word collaboration doesn't even come to mind. But could it? Is there an opening for it? And what is it that you're missing that keeps you away from it? So as we look at this from the intimate angle instead of the business angle, you may still see similarities, right? What is the strategy in your relationship? Yes, our relationships require planning and strategy. What are you building together? How are you growing together? It's so important that we consider that with our relationships, especially our personal relationships, because what we miss is that that's what's making us miserable. We have no strategy, we have no standards when it comes to our friendships and intimate relationships. So, again, in your body, how is it feeling when you think about spending time with, let's just pick one person, your life partner? Does your body give you sensations of happiness, or does your heart beat a little bit faster in a good way, or does your heart feel heavy? Does your body feel heavy? Does your mind skip to things that you have to do? If that's the case, you may reconsider your strategy in your relationship, or you may consider creating a strategy for your relationship. So, my invitation is when you slow down and feel into your body, thinking about your intimate partner or your friend, for those of you who may not have a life partner, what is a strategy that you could create? And write down some questions. This is a great opportunity to do a brain dump. What is it that you're missing? Why does your body feel heavy? Why are you not lit up about considering creating a strategy for your relationship? Point number 2, let's talk about collaboration in your relationship. How is that going? What could you do better? And is there collaboration in your relationship? A lot of times we overlook things for the greater good. And what would be the greater good other than having a smooth collaboration and being able to do things well together and enjoy doing those things together? You're building a life. With every moment that you spend together, is there something missing? So these questions and these different bullet points as I'm discussing or sharing with you the idea of considering welcoming joy drive. It is our relationships that create barriers to joy. The relationship with that you have with yourself, yes. The relationship that you then have with others, yes. They all require strategy, standards, and requirements. And so as we get to this third part, right? In your personal life, you're not necessarily serving an audience, right? But you may have a family. So, what can you do better to have your family work better together? I think this is a good time for a story, right? Um, what is the distinction? What is it that that joy drive looks like when we're talking about personal relationships? So recently, there have been some changes in my family dynamic, and it became all so overwhelming for me. And so I decided to implement a practice with my household where every day, either at the beginning or in the middle or at the end, we will meet for 15 minutes of somatic movement. And just by implementing that as a standard to collaborate where we are moving energy, moving our bodies, and acknowledging our emotions all at once as a household unit brought us together in ways that I didn't even know were possible, that I didn't even realize were missing. So some of, as you know, siblings don't always get along, right? And the two siblings that were not getting along decided that they actually wanted to do more things together, and they didn't realize how much they miss being with each other and doing things together. And so just by implementing in my own household things that I do for myself personally, right? I have my personal practice of somatic movement every day, and it helps to open me up and communicate separately with all of my children in my house. But by implementing this as a group within my house, now they also have their hearts open to each other and they do more things together, and life is so much less overwhelming. Similarly, I have also a story in my business. Last year, I was overwhelmed and I wanted to continue to do retreats, but it was a lot of work doing it by myself. And so I started to collaborate with the Love Camp. And Renee and I did our first retreat together last December, December of 24 in Bali. And we are again continuing to do two more retreats in 2025, again in Bali. After that first retreat, we sat down and looked at what we did well, what we would like to bring in, and what we could improve. And we created a strategy and we have synergy. And she is, we're both speaking about these retreats to our audiences. And we're meeting with each other as we're going through the applications of the women who have signed up for the retreats. And we're looking for complementary personalities, and so we've moved people around because we have we have that ability, right? There are two different retreats, and so people with more, I guess, more compatible personalities will be in one retreat together, and the others with more compatible personalities will be in the other one together. So what I'm saying is, this keeps us in our joy surrounding creating these retreats and these experiences for other women because we've taken the time to slow down, be in our bodies, collaborate, and see how we best can serve our audiences. So that's what welcoming joy drive looks like in business and in life. I invite you to take these few bullet points that I have introduced to you today and implement them. So that's all for this episode on welcoming joy drive. Thank you for being part of the conversation of what people miss, because life is best lived in subtlety. And that's the whole point of what people miss. It begins with choice. So choose pleasure and choose joy. Until next time.